Hey everybody, and welcome to the next map that I'm going to play, which is Downtown Battle. I do believe that it is Coruscant Downtown Battle, but it is in the same way a more earthy experience rather than literally Coruscant. You can actually see some assets that were used in the Earth map that we did as well on the channel. And if one would take, for example, the Coruscant out of the equation, it would be something more like New York. But with all the neon, all the floating signs, it really reminds me of some depictions of Metropolis back on like Nintendo 64 for that awful game Superman. You can see here that some interiors are enterable. I do have to say from a first glance that the coloring is very contradicting. There's this really bright contrast, which I myself am not a huge fan of. Especially also what I think is a little bit jarring is the really dark texture of the landscape, which almost from afar looks like someone forgot to texture it. If you actually do get close to it, you can see it does have textures, but it's not very well visible at all. Now the really awkward thing is that the vehicles here are all realistic Earth-like vehicles. I mean, it even has a Ford logo there, rather than, you know, science fiction type of vehicles. And the issue here is that I'm not entirely sure what the creator wanted to like make. Like, what was the goal here? It seems like a weird mix-up between two, you know, styles. We have the science fiction of Star Wars, but then also a realistic sauce with all the cars and everything, and it's a little bit strange. It doesn't necessarily work for me all that well. The map in and of itself, though, is a little bit wider than you would first think. It only has 4 spawn points. I would say that the other Earth map we did, that was more in the countryside, I think is a lot more fun. That one does look maybe a little bit more cartoony, but it has a lot more going on. Here we have another bar. Oh, look at that! You can actually sit in here. No, wait. Must be only if you're on their side. Or maybe if we can capture this. We even have a Coca-Cola vending machine here. Favorite soft drink of all Jedi. Oh no, wait, he can actually sit in it. Now what?
Skywalker. Let's get on with this.
Look at this, we got this car right here as well. It's so strange. See, if you had like flying cars, right? If you would go for more of a Blade Runner vibe, that would make more sense. You could even actually have the cars fly and still look like realistic cars from Earth, and it would already, you know, make a huge difference. And we have seen that before. We have seen flying cars in other crazy vehicles. There's the Pepperland one, I think, has flying cars. That one's, of course, all about psychedelic and, like, tripping out. So they can actually get away with doing crazy stuff like that. But this one right here, I don't know what they're going for. There's also these huge spots here where there's nothing. I don't know. It's not really up my alley. In some ways, in some parts, it looks quite well done, and as if the creator actually thought about, you know, carefully placing all the objects. And then on some other parts, it almost seems like he got impatient and just dropped some random stuff down and be done with it. I mean, you can even see that there's sort of a pattern here where there's almost like sort of neighborhoods or different streets where, you know, the architecture here is far lighter and more emphasis on actual stone buildings than elsewhere. What is all this? Oh my goodness.
We've lost control of a command post.
You could actually see how many units got stuck there. That's also not a good thing. That would mean actually that the battle itself will be quite boring because only a fraction of the units will be active.
Sniper, get down!
Because even though that I said that the map itself is bigger than you would first anticipate, there's not a whole lot of action going on. Never another
Republic is in
Coca-Cola
control
thing.
of a command post.
Where's the spawn point here?
That was exhilarating.
Oh. You? Yeah, a lot of units spawning here, but here we go. Here's the spawn
The
point.
command post has been lost, but not the battle.
I mean, you can see it in the number of reinforcements as well.
The command post is now under hostile control. Our reinforcements
Nothing's
are
really
being
happening.
depleted.
I'm the only one that's kind of killing units here. All the clones are probably stuck in that tunnel.
The command post is under
We'll take a new
Republic
look
control.
in a little bit. Yeah, see? They're just going from vehicle to vehicle.
The command post has been lost, but not the battle.
You can see it on the map as well. All the blue dots are up there and none are elsewhere, so...
The Republic is in control of a command
This is
post.
unfortunately not a map I can recommend. You can see that there are some good ideas here and there, but it definitely lacks polish, and would probably need like a do-over with a lot more detail and finesse to make it worth your while.
The command post has been lost, but not the battle.
Ugh.
The Republic is in control of a command post.
Actually not trying to finish this, but it's going to be difficult with no backup.
The command post is now under hostile control.
You don't need me here
Because with
anymore.
the
More
low number of
important
reinforcement
battles.
that gets like depicted each time, this is going to be a really long battle, and I don't have the patience to deal with that. At least not in this map. I mean, this spawn point right here, like the bar area, is the area that is most detailed. It shows that
Command post under attack.
it received the most work. But nothing's happening over there, because all my units were stuck in the tunnel. Will you die already? Thank you.
Another command post for the Republic.
I mean, their units are actually kind of stuck there too, aren't they? Here we go. All right, I'll do one more as Anakin, and then I'll call it. I'm just not very entertained with this map. And this is actually an important lesson too. Like, even having custom vehicles or like new custom vehicles is not a guarantee for a good map. There needs to be a bit more effort and thought put into the map itself. And again, there are new assets here too.
The command post is now under hostile control. Our second wave of
Like,
troops
often I talk about maps that are really different and, you know, praise the fact that there are so many new assets and new stuff, but it still needs to be balanced. It still needs to be balanced. It needs to be coherent and good. Same thing, of course, with the Baba Battlefield, the map that replicates the Super Mario 64 map. Because of nostalgia, I let it get away with some stuff, but if that was not the case, it wouldn't be very good. I mean, I got 1 or 2 clones here now with me. Finally, we have a little bit of a battle going on in this tunnel over here.
That was exhilarating.
Oh my god, look at them all. They stacked all the vehicles on top of each other. I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be. If this is like a garage or something. Yeah, I don't know.
gained a command post. Our reinforcements are being depleted.
Not a fan. And again, I do like the other Earth battle that we did before. I forgot what the proper name for that one is. It also has something. It has Earth and then something battle. But I like that one a lot more. There was a lot more green going on. You know, it had like a military like barracks or airfield or something. It had a park area, recreational area, the place where actually people lived. I remember that one of the problems there though was that the AI would not go into the buildings. So you had all these like cool buildings and interiors, or buildings with actual interiors you could enter, but the AI would not use them. These are very easy to kill.
That was exhilarating.
Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. If you want to check this out for yourself though, download link to this map will be in the description down below. Don't forget to let me know any recommendations or requests you want to see on this. Oh my god, look at these clones also cannot maneuver through here. Such a shame. So let me know any recommendations or requests for maps and mods you want to see on the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Just like the